Fans or supporters? What do you refer to them as?
Both fans and supporters. You got supporters who support you for a long time. You got fans who just want pictures and autographs and who might not come to a concert ever. You know what I'm saying? But they're a fan of you. So I think you can call them both.
Is there a difference between either or?
I just try to semi-explain the difference between both, but um, I feel like it go both ways. Like I said, you got some people who listen to your music forever. You got some people who will strictly only listen to your old music, who don't want to play your new music. You got people who want to listen to your new music who don't like your old music. You got people who would rather come see you in concert or come support a turkey drive that involves you versus going to an after party where they know you're gonna be performing. So I think fans and supporters go hand in hand.
Now, what's been your favorite encounter with a fan or supporter so far?
I think my favorite encounter with a fan, it would have to be, I forgot what I was doing at this event. I know it was at the it had something to do with Maya Angelou. And it wasn't a concert. It was literally an event where I was supposed to be there, and it wasn't a party. It was like some type of school event. Damn, what was I doing? And this young girl I met, like, she wouldn't stop crying, like she wouldn't stop crying because I was in her presence. And I think that was one of the most memorable moments or interactions that I ever had with a fan because no matter how much we tried to calm her down, she wouldn't stop crying. Also, I remember backstage, I think this was the first time Meek had got to see me perform live, was at the TLA. I was on tour with YG, and a fan had met me backstage in Philadelphia, and I was with all these, big artists. Meek was there, YG was there, DJ Mustard was there. Who else was there? Anyway, it was a lot of big artists was there. And when she seen me, she had started crying. And I think anytime somebody see you and cry, it's like, yo, like they really fuck with you. So I think that had to be my biggest interaction with a fan.
Now, what does that feel like from your perspective when you see someone cry because it's just you?
I just feel like, damn, like they fuck with you. Like it's bigger than music. You know what I'm saying? It's your aura. It's the way you talk. It's the way you walk. Of course, it's your music, but I feel as though like they fuck with you on a whole nother type of different level as to where they feel like they really know you in real life. And then also they have to cope with the fact that wow, I might not never see him in person ever again. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at it in terms of that, I can understand why motherfuckers cry. Like I remember watching those old Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston documentaries and seeing how many people would fall out and during his concert EMS would continuously have to pull people out the crowd and take them to the back, spray them with water, put ice on their face because there was so many people fainting and falling out. And that's a testament to how much people are deeply in love with you as a person. Fuck the artist. Like they love you on a whole nother level. Michael Jackson had people fainting and falling out. At least 10 to 20 people faint and fall out every time he stepped out in person. Think about that. Think about multiply that by how many times he stepped out in person, how many concerts he did, right? And if you wanted to freestyle and do the math, it's safe to say that Michael Jackson made more than 200,000 people faint off his presence alone. What does that say to you and your character as a person? That says a lot. You done made over 200,000 people just pass the fuck out. As soon as they seen you, they just was so shocked and so happy that they fainted. That's big.
Now, has that ever happened to you
Mm.
where a fan or supporter has actually fainted in your presence?
I got a crazy story. I don't want to get into it, but nah, I've never made a fan faint or fall out ever in my life. I don't think I've ever seen a fan where they seen me and they just passed out and fainted, nah. But like I said, I remember two females crying over meeting me. One was in my city in Washington, D.C., and one was in Philly.
Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum, what's been your worst encounter with a fan or supporter?
Um, that's another story I don't want to get deep into, but I will say, let's just say that she wasn't quite honest with us on her sexual history. Let me say that she didn't tell us that she was a virgin and she had an accident, but that's as far as I'm willing to go. But I feel as though I'm a real nigga, you know what I'm saying? And like my my friends is the same. So I feel like if she was honest about her history, we could have collectively went about it another type way. You know what I'm saying? But I get it. Like I said, you know, some people feel like they'll never see each other ever again. And you know, some people might feel like, man, if I'm being honest with this person, I might not get in. You know what I'm saying? And so I be understanding that, you feel me? So
Now, don't know if you're able to answer this question or not, but what's your policy or your opinion on uh, those who have sex or something sexual with their fans or supporters?
as long as it's consensual and they grown, I don't have no problem with it. You feel me? Because we all adults at the end of the day. You feel me? And like I said, like you look at the Chris Brown situation, right, where people are saying, yo, look at these women doing these crazy things and they got boyfriends and husbands. And look at the crazy stuff they doing at the meet and greet. And don't get me wrong, you know, if you married or you've been in a relationship with this woman for 6 years and she sit on Chris Brown lap, that's crazy. She sit on Robin Thicke lap, it's crazy. She sit on Kevin Hart lap, it's crazy, of course. But you gotta understand that these people are thinking, man, I might never ever get this close to Chris Brown ever again. I might not never be in a position as to where I could pay this amount of money for the meet and greet. I might not be in this position as to where my schedule will permit me to go to this concert. So when they see these people, they getting it all out. Like, yo, man, I got you right here in my presence. They getting it all out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my dog Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates got the most craziest, honest, straightforward, blatant fans I've ever been around. And I done been around the Rosés, the Wales, I done been around the John Walls, I done been around the Chase Youngs, the football player, you name it. Kevin Gates got the most straightforward, brutally honest fans I've ever seen in my life. Shout out my dog Gates, man. But the way they act and how they treat them, I respect it. Because you could tell that they coming from a place where they may never see Kevin Gates ever again.
And the reason for that question is there are some that have said they have a policy where they will absolutely not F their fans.
That's cap. Let me tell you why that's cap, right? Okay, you can meet a woman, right, who might not know who, let's use you for example. You might meet a woman who might not know who Smallz is, right? Let's say you at the bar, you by yourself, you chilling. A group of 5 women walk up to the same bar, right? One woman might start a casual conversation with you. Y'all drinking, talking about y'all future, past, whatever, your names, ages, career, whatever, right? And then one of her girlfriends walk up and be like, oh shit, it's DJ Smallz. Like, what the fuck? How you doing? Da-da-da. Can I get a picture? Blah, 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 right? Now, the one that you was originally speaking to, like, wait, who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you told me you was in the media. You ain't say that you was fucking famous. Like, you ain't tell me that you got 1 million YouTube subscribers. You ain't and you go into that, right? And then cool, boom. At the end of the night, right? You and that woman who didn't know who you was, y'all might not hit it off. You might have heard something in the conversation where, I don't want her number. She might have heard something in the conversation, I don't want to fuck with this nigga. You know what I'm saying? But you already drunk already. You at the bar, you feel me? You got the next 2 to 3 hours as to where you got some free time on your hand, right? Not to mention, I ain't put this part in there. Let's say you in Arkansas somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You don't know nobody in Arkansas. You just went to Arkansas to go handle business. You know what I'm saying? You mean to tell me you ain't gonna holler at the fan who peeped you and knew who you was and see if it's okay if you all could go back to the room and have a couple more drinks and get to know each other? You not gonna do that? Cut it out, man. So all these people who be like, man, I don't fuck my fans, man, that should be cap. Because guess what? Either they a fan directly or they a fan indirectly. You feel me? Because guess what? If her homegirl wouldn't have never told you who you was, she probably was gonna fuck anyway. You know what I'm saying? Now that the homegirls done discuss who you is and they done went over your social media and found out, now they really trying to fuck. And then guess what after that? Soon after they fuck you, guess what they gonna do when you on the plane, putting your headphones on and picking your movie on the screen so you can fall asleep? She's on YouTube watching all the DJ Smallz interviews. She done Googled you and read the Wikipedia. She know how many kids you got, what state you was born in, how old you is, the state. She know everything now. And now she not gonna not support you. She fucked you. You know what I'm saying? So now you just developed a new what? Fan. And then the next time you're in Arkansas, you gonna call her phone again. So you officially what? You fucking a fan. So what's up with these dudes who saying they don't fuck fans? That's cap.
Now, using same example here, where it was a very positive ending and a positive story where one gained a fan, but do you think a person that has a policy that says they won't F their fans, maybe it was a bad sexual experience? Maybe it wasn't a good, some people have an image in their head of how something will go. And if it doesn't go according to plan and it's a letdown and it's a loss of expectation, this person isn't who I thought it was, or this could they have lost a fan, and maybe that's why they insert that policy where they were absolutely not F their fans.
Absolutely. See, things like that happen. Things like that happen. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna give you a great example. I ain't gonna put no year or time or nothing on this, right? I had this fan that used to DM me. She used to be like, yo, I'm such a huge fan of you. Anytime she was a stripper, right? She was like, anytime I go out on my sets, I always ask them to play your music. I only wanted to dance to your music. She had been DMing me, let's say 3 years, right? On and off. And we strictly only talked through DM. We never linked, never went on a date, never exchanged numbers, never FaceTime or nothing, right? Boom. Um, One day I say, yo, we DMing and shit. I say, this is a true story. I said, where you from again? Oh, I'm from this place. Yo, it's crazy. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Boom, let's link, right? So I'm gonna try to make the story quick. All right. She kept taking all long to come to my hotel, right? My manager knocked on the door. Yo, it's time to go. We gotta go. I already gotta go. But she pulling up to the hotel. She keeps saying, I'm pulling up, I'm pulling up. I said, God, I'm 2 minutes away, I'm 3 minutes. Boom. Everybody downstairs, everybody basically waiting on me. So boom, I try to come, I'm stalling. I come downstairs. She finally pull up. I tell my manager, hey, I'm about to walk her up to the room real quick just to get her straight, and then I'm gonna come back down. He already pissed. He like, bro, we late as fuck. You don't have no time to do that. You don't have no time to, you might as well give her the room key and send her up to the room. All right, boom. We go up to the room, we hurry up and fuck real quick, right? Boom. No cap. I don't last longer than, let's say 6, 7 minutes, right? Boom. Ah, I go out the door. Now, for the remainder of the night, I'm busy as fuck the whole night. The whole entire night, I wanted to do what I had to do, get my money, and go back to the hotel room to be back with this broad, right? But shit kept popping up. It just so happened that nigga like 5, 6, 7, 8 rappers was in the city at this time that night. And I never made it back to the hotel, period, point blank, boom. She woke up the next morning, she leave, go home, whatever. We arguing through text, whatever, boom, right? One more chance, like 4 months later, right? Mind you, remember how the story started out? This been my fan. Like, she DM me and was like, yo, I always fuck with you, blah, blah, blah. 3, 4 months later, we get another chance. Say, yo, I'm on the tour bus. We riding past your city and we got to stop in your city. She's like, for real? I'm like, yeah. She's like, all right, pull up to the crib. I pull up to the crib. Long story short, no longer than 6, 7 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I leave, boom, I'm on the way back to the bus. I get on the bus, she like, yo, why you keep doing this to me? I'm like, what? She was like, all you ever do is give me 5 minutes. Like, this your second time. Like, you never gave me more than 5 minutes. Like, what the fuck? You know me. Come on, baby, I'm busy. The pussy wet, it's great. What you want me to say? I can't last. I can make up an excuse. I can't give you one. The pussy is good. Every time I get in it, I'm right back out of it. I don't know what you want me to do. She said, yo, I'm never fucking with you ever again. Like, fuck you. She looked past all the albums, all the videos, all the concerts, all the interviews, all the times I took her mind away from whatever she was going through in life. She's been a Fat Trel fan. She had 2 sexual encounters with Fat Trel and was like, yo, fuck this nigga. I don't fuck with this nigga no more. And guess what? It ain't nothing I can do about that. So the answer, I know that was a long answer to your question, but I say that to say, I think, speaking from experience, that's the one time where I met a fan and I actually made the bitch not a fan of me no more. Not knowing that if she catch me on the right night, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna, you know what I mean? If she catch me on the right night, I really do this on a professional level. It just so happened that the 2 nights that me and you linked, it was shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Niggas had to, you know what I'm saying? But in her mind, she like, oh, nah, this is really a 2-minute nigga. Like, man, fuck this nigga. All the shit he rap about in his songs, he's a piece of shit. It ain't true. Fuck that nigga. And that's her experience for me. But it just so happened that that's just the way that life was going. So I do believe that you can have an experience with a fan as to where you could turn a fan off. And you can have a lot of experience with fans where fans turn you off because they like to sneak pictures, they like to take stuff, they like to steal stuff as memorabilia, not knowing that they literally stealing. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things that come with fucking with fans.
Now, in your past history of relationships, have any of your meaningful relationships throughout the years ever been with the beginning of a start of they were a fan of you? Is that possible? Is a meaning relationship where it starts out someone's a fan of you? Can that exist?
I don't think any of my meaningful or serious relationships that I've had, I don't think I ever had them with fans. I think all the meaningful and serious relationships that I've had with people was people that I knew before I became famous or Fat Troy the rapper, or people who met me and didn't have no idea who I was and was still like on some, it developed into a relationship. Now, I will say, this is probably too direct, but I'm a gangster. One of my baby mothers was a fan. You know what I'm saying? But would I say we had a real serious relationship? Nah. But we took it too far for sure. We took it too far for sure.
Is that possible, zooming out, to have a meaningful relationship where it starts out someone's a fan of one person?
Yeah, absolutely. I say that to say nothing's impossible, first and foremost. But yeah, it's impossible for you. I mean, yes, it's possible for you to have a serious relationship with a fan. Yeah, it is. It's hard to not like. Come on, man. Like, Come on, man. Whoever you are, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, like, you feel me? Like, yeah, you might not. And I'm not saying that any of those people was they wives was fans. I'm not saying that because I don't know. But I'm saying, like, even if you meet a nigga, like, you become a fan of them. You feel me? Like, even when you meet a bitch, like, your bitch might be a painter. You might not never went to art shows or value paint ever in your life. But once you meet your bitch and you understand that she's a painter and you start looking at paint, you become a fan of your bitch artwork. So at that point, what are you? You a fan of her work. So it's definitely possible for sure.
And on paper, does that make sense for one to have a relationship, a real relationship with someone that's a fan of them?
Anything that's genuine makes sense. Fuck on paper. If the love is there, if the care, if the trust is there, yeah, it makes sense. It don't matter. Like, it don't matter if you become in a relationship. I'm gonna put it like this, right? And I ain't gonna use no names. My dog, right? My dog, he a rapper. You feel me? When we was coming up, he used to always view this one other rap broad, right? I ain't gonna use no names or nothing. He was like, oh, man, it's like my favorite bitch in the world. Like, I love this bitch. Like, I want her. One day I'm gonna fuck her. Watch, I'm telling you, Trel, like, I'm gonna get this bitch, right? And this is something we always spoke about. I think they on their second or third child right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna use their names, but I say all that to say, is he still a fan of her music wise? I don't know, but I remember how that relationship developed. And guess what? They ain't broken up or nothing. You know what I'm saying? They together, they raising their children, they happy and all that. And I'm not gonna use no names, but like that's a specific situation where I remember he only knew her from straight music. But it's my favorite bitch, bro. Blah, blah, blah. Man, what you like about it? Man, I like this. Look at this. Look at this. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get this bitch one day. This gonna be my bitch. I'm like, all right, bet. You look up 8 years later when the rumors first hit, I'm like, damn, look at my dog. He got her. Then the baby came. I'm like, whoa. Brody had a baby. Then the second one came. I'm like, nah, you was for real. Like, that wasn't something that was on your wish list. That was something like, that was your soulmate, real life soulmate. So yes, it's possible. It's very possible.
All right, wrapping up the questions here about fans or supporters, and this is for sexual, non sexual, whatever. We're just zooming out here and talking generally speaking. But
Mm-hmm.
what's the best way for a fan or supporter to approach you? What are the rules, the
Oh,
etiquette, the guidelines, the do's and don'ts before someone approaches you? Because there may be people that have never met their favorite rapper, a celebrity, so on and so forth. That one time they get a chance to meet someone like yourself, are there some do's and don'ts with that?
Smallz, you crazy, man. I expect the only do's and don'ts would be to just keep it, you know what I'm saying, on the low. Um, I don't think people understand, like, I grew up my whole life, I've been watching celebrities and shit, and I used to think like, yo, all celebrities do is date celebrities, right? I used to think that. Then I started hanging around all these rappers, ball players, football players, tennis players. I know niggas that swim, all type of shit. You feel me? Gymnastics, actors. I know all type of people, and it's like I don't think that the world understand that majority of the celebrities I know want non-celebrity people. You get what I'm saying? Like, they not really tripping off having a bitch with a bag. I know bitches who ain't tripping off having a nigga with a bag. They want somebody who genuinely fuck with them for them, who ain't gonna be super starstruck, who know how to play their role and not over press a nigga out when it's time to get busy and get money, and who ain't gonna act super crazy when they get around these other celebrities and other, you get what I'm saying? So nah, it's definitely I know a lot of people, celebrities, ball players, famous, rich, whatever you want to call them, who would much rather deal with people who are not in the limelight versus other celebrities.
Now, personally speaking, have you tried that yourself, where
Try what?
you've dated someone that was as popular as you, if not more popular than you? So a
Yeah.
celebrity dating a celebrity in a
Yeah,
sense,
yeah, yeah. Even though I never consider myself a celebrity, that's just me speaking. I'm just that humble
for
nigga.
lack of
But
a better
yeah,
phrase.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, yeah. I've tried that. Yeah.
And what's your opinion on that?
Um.
You prefer someone non celebrity.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. And I say that respectfully though, not meaning that the door is closed for celebrities or you know what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. Meaning like I'm not saying that to say I'll never take a celebrity serious. I'll never fall in love with a celebrity. I'm not saying it like that. I'm just saying I would prefer me personally, um, just to deal with somebody who's normal. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who has a regular job, a good woman, take care of their business. You know what I'm saying? Now I got women who are not celebrities, who got more money than celebrities, who've had more surgeries than celebrities. You get what I'm saying? But they still regular women at the end of the. So I say all that to say, like, me personally, I prefer what I prefer. You feel me? But to each his own. You never know. Life has all different types of shapes and turns and U-turns and this highway and that highway, and you never know what's bound to happen in life. But me personally, um, I'm from a neighborhood in Washington D.C. where we value simplicity. You feel me? And I like to be able to walk the red carpet and then go back to the trenches where it's roaches and rats at and have a couple shots with my friends and play dominoes for an hour or two and then go home. I still enjoy both sides.
Anything else in regards to approach here? Fan or supporter approaching someone like yourself?
Just keep it private, keep it super private, peaceful. All the other P words, pleasant. Uh, all the other P words, man. P just don't stand for pimping, man. P stands for peace, prosperity, uh, pleasureful. Um, um, I could go for days how many words the P stand for. Just keep it P, super private, super peaceful.
And just to getting a little bit more depth on Chris Brown and his trend of those meet and greets where
Yeah,
they're sitting on his lap or
yeah.
they're bending over in front of him and things of
Right,
that
and then they
nature.
husbands and boyfriends be right there. Shout out to CB. What about him though?
Have you, well, we're taking him out of the equation, but we're also using him in a sense too. But have you seen an uptick in those type of requests from fans or supporters where they want those type of pictures from someone like yourself where maybe they didn't have those requests before?
I have seen, to answer your question, I have seen an uptick, and I think it's because of social media. You wake up so many days and you get to make a story while you brushing your teeth. You get to make a story while you eating cereal. You get to set your phone up while you ironing your clothes for the day. And so now these fans, not only do they just get to hear you on the radio station or watch you on YouTube or MTV Jams, well, now they wake up with you every day. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you leave the court building and you make a post and you having like they with you every step of the moment. You get what I'm saying? So I say that to say these meet and greets they've becoming more requested because shit, I feel like I know you anyway. So I might as well get my Instagram selfie. Let me get my boomerang. Let me get my picture. You know what I'm saying? Versus, for example, when I was younger, my mother went to the Up and Smoke tour. That was Eminem, Snoop, Nate Dogg, and whoever else was on the tour. But you know the only proof she had that she went to the tour? Her and her girlfriend took a picture and they had the picture backdrop where everybody that was on the tour was right then and there. Now I say that to say I don't know about my mother meeting Snoop and Dr. Dre and Eminem and all that, but I say that to say it would have been dope if she had a picture with them like, yo, I went to the Up and Smoke tour in the year of 1990, whatever, and here's my picture with Snoop Dogg. It would have been dope to have that because I know my mother only got one picture with a celebrity that I know of, and that's with Gerald Levert, and that was her favorite singer. And she went to he had a book signing in Washington D.C. and she went and bought the book, got the book signed, and she took a picture with Gerald Levert. So I think the meet and greets is being requested more now because of social media.
But didn't know if you had an uptick on like sexually explicit requests, like the bending over in front of you and
I
all
mean,
that.
I feel like if they pay whatever they pay, I feel like whether you're in a relationship or not, right? Let's say for instance, I love my bitch, right? My bitch know I love her. I love her to death. If we having a meet and greet after my concert and a bitch want to bend over in front of me, right? Like I said, I might not never see this fan ever again for the rest of my life. My bitch might actually be 1000% totally disgusted with the fact that this fan is bending over in front of me. But I think business wise and a testament to my character as a man, my bitch know not to say nothing to this fan because guess what? This strictly business. You know what I'm saying? Again, she might have a problem with a fan kissing me on my cheek, bending over in front of me. How you want your picture? Nah, I want to sit in your lap for my picture. If she paid that full price for the meet and greet, and you know we going to the Chanel store in the morning, you gotta let this bitch bend over, baby. It's the only way it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel as though to answer your question, if they pay that meet and greet price, as long as it ain't no super crazy, freak, wild, nasty, goofy shit. Let me say that. As long as it ain't no super freak, crazy, wild, nasty, goofy shit. If they pay that meet and greet price, man, let's go. We get to man, let's turn up. Cause I might not never ever see you ever again.
And on that note, has taking a picture with a fan, maybe a female fan at that, has that ever caused grief in a relationship you were in?
Um, in the past, yeah, of course. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I used to be real blatant and real. You feel me, man? You gotta think I started rapping when I was 19, 20 years old. So, you know, we was traveling around the world doing anything. We did a lot of crazy things. And when I was in relationships at the time, yes, it did it did cause rips in my relationship, you feel me? I've also been in relationships as to where we used to go through the me and my bitch used to go to the crowd and pick us out one for the night. You see what I'm saying? Or go to the strip club and pick us out one for the night. You feel what I'm saying? So that shit go both ways. You know what I'm saying? It's all depending on really like how you living.
And wrapping up here on this topic, is there anything you want to say to any of your fans or supporters watching or listening to this interview?
That I'm gonna always be me, and that Boosters Keeper is out everywhere right now. Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, YouTube, everywhere. I don't care how you stream it. Stream it for free. I don't give a fuck. Just play Boosters Keeper, man. That's what I got to tell 'em. I love y'all for sure.
And true or false, there's a deluxe version of this.
Excuse me. True.
Is there a date for that as well, or just coming soon at this point?
Not yet coming soon, like real soon. Like why we the reason why we doing an interview in the studio soon. Man.